Question for Antonio.
Just talking to Jake about how deep the defensive line is, and you guys are all rotating. How deep is it compared to other defensive lines you played on at UAB?
It's very deep. We have a bunch of starters at every rotation, and it's just great having that much depth at the D line.
And is it a point of pride, like whoever the starter is, or is it kind of like we're all going to get time on the field, all going to get rotated in?
We're all playing our role. We're all starters. We're all one. We know that. Just playing the role that you're in.
It's such an unusual thing where there's like 5 transfers and all coming from different places. Just how did you guys work to kind of build that chemistry over the last few months?
On the field stuff, within the weight room, the locker room, you build that character, you build that bonding, that team bonding that you need on the field.
Are there some guys that you're really kind of liking playing next to? Some guys you feel like you have really good chemistry with?
All of them. I recently started playing more with Jake, alongside Jake. But all of them, I love playing with all of them.
Antonio, transferring in, and I think you were back and forth defensive tackle, linebacker,
yes,
at prior school. What's been the biggest challenge this fall for you? I know you missed the spring, obviously, due to injury, but what's been the biggest challenge, at Miami, trying to become an impact player at defensive tackle?
I would say my injury is not a problem, but, just coming back from my first surgery, just kind of getting back in the groove of things.
Do you feel like your weight's where you want it to be, your strength, everything you need to be a defensive tackle?
Yes, sir.
You obviously you missed the spring, or a lot of the spring. Just what was that recovery process like? Like when were you able to? Can you kind of just take us through the timeline of all that when you felt like you were back to 100%?
I was back 100% around beginning of May, end of April.
So you were able to do pretty much everything in the off season.
Yes.
How much did that help to have a whole summer here before?
Oh, it helped tremendously. It helped a lot. I got my strength back, my power back, my weight back, everything I need back to be able to contribute to the team.
We haven't had a chance to talk too much. Why did you decide to come here, transfer here?
For better opportunities.
And what, just to play at a higher level, you mean?
Yes, sir, higher level.
What is that? I mean, obviously you haven't played at a game yet, but you've seen practice. Just what has that jump been like? What's been
the intensity.
Yeah.
The intensity. Everything's intense. Everything's fast-paced. Everything about it is on a higher level, and that's where I want to be.
Has there been a moment where you're like, oh, this is a lot different than what I know already?
In a way, not really, but I mean, the intensity is different. Everything about that is different. I mean, football is football.
What is the trait that you feel like you bring to the field that'll...
Repeat the question.
What is the trait that you feel like you can bring to the field that'll allow you to have success at this level?
My football IQ and my versatility.
What at UAB? What do you feel like? Obviously, you were probably not as highly recruited by a school like Miami. What do you feel like you did at UAB to kind of elevate your game to the point where a school like this is interested in you?
My IQ on the game, being able to communicate, my intensity, the level I play at, day in and day out, every down, every quarter. It's just, this school is at a high level. I played at a high level, and I'm glad to be here.
What is the how do you build that IQ? You don't hear about it a lot with defense. You think about more linebacker, quarter. What did you have to learn to improve your IQ?
Just studying. Studying tendencies of the offensive line, running backs, quarterbacks. You never can know too much.
What are you expecting from the first time you get to play for Miami? Play in an NFL stadium and stuff. What do you think that's going to be like for you?
I'm just focused on right now. I don't want to worry about anything in the future right now.
Are you playing on the end at all, or is it all tackle?
Mostly tackle unless we have some type of package where I go at the end.
Anything else for Antonio?